Like
a Glock or what?
It's a Ruger, actually. Yeah, I didn't get it. Rugers. I got it from Keith. One of the last things that Keith sold there. Keith's Outdoor, you know, and the Ruger or the Glocks were 900 or something at the time. I don't think they're that much now. And I know those guns are really nice guns. My son got on me for not getting a Glock, but I just wanted a pistol. I didn't need anything fancy.
6 hours before, and I liked them. And I tried to Glock, and I just shoot very easily. I'm not a gun guy. I'm not a guy that's really big into them. So.
Neither am I, really. I mean,
Easier than that for me.
which one's easier, Glock or 6 hour?
Either one's shot my but the Glock. I don't know. I've got the same gun for 20 years.
Sure.
Pretty cool.
I don't even know why I have guns anymore. I don't. Doesn't hunt really anymore. I used to every year.
Bruce Funeral Home, Fort Dodge. Online at brucesfuneralhome.com.
Michael Devine at AM 1400 KVFD. Listen to this. Making radio great again.
That's right. As far as local radio goes, this is as great as it gets. That could be a scary thought for some of you, I know. This is AM 1400 KVFD, the voice for Dodge. I'm Michael Devine, and if you'd like to join this program, please call 515-955-1400. You can always join this program. Always join this program. On YouTube, you can see as well as hear what happens here by going to youtube.com, then 1400 KVFD, and there we are. By we, I mean myself and the Chief of Police for Dodge, Roger Porter. So, Roger, thank you for being here again today.
You bet.
All right. So if you have a question for the Chief of Police, now is the time, 515-955-1400. Now, I just want to remind everybody that, don't call the chief and ask why is my brother in jail. And I had a couple of text messages last night about how, or not last night, but last week, about what's the deal with the defendant in the double murder case that we had here. Well, I was in the alley right behind the radio station here. And the police make the arrest, and after that, it's out there. I mean, right, Roger? It's up to the judicial system now, whatever they're going to do. I don't know. I haven't even heard when that guy's going to get a trial. I don't know.
It's coming up, I believe. I don't have the exact date, but it's not too far out. So.
When was that? Last fall? It seems to me it was. It was jacket weather. I was wearing a jacket.
That was cool. Yeah, I'm done about right.
Yeah, in there somewhere. Anyway, so this is the police department, not the judicial system or the corrections department. So it's all a little different. So this is basic policing in Fort Dodge, Iowa. I was going to ask you. In fact, I did ask you off mic if there was any flooding in the city that the police needed to attend to.
I think there's always some down around the river, down by the hospital area, that side of the river down there. I know Avenue B on the other side. Last I knew, it still had water up. I think the waters went down, but I'm not sure. That area right there by the sewage plant down there gets flooded pretty bad. And then we have some on this side of the river as well, by all that little go-kart track they had down there.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
so that was underwater too, down in that area. So
melted way too fast, didn't it?
Yeah.
Big snow came too late in the year, and then it melted real fast.
That was kind of discouraging waking up this morning and looking outside too. But at least that's gone now. So
I'm going to talk with Steve Peters of the Farm Bureau in the next hour, and this is something I didn't know. A lot of farmers stored grain this year because of the trade war with China, so they stored a lot of it on their farm. Now their farms have flooded and ruined the grain, and there's no government help for ruined grain if you store it on the farm. So those guys lost all their grain.
I don't know. I went over to Storm Lake this weekend and driving over in that area, taking the old clear blacktop over there. There was a lot of flooding over in that area.
Yeah.
Cornfield, all the fields and stuff were flooded.
Western Iowa seems to get it worse than we do for some reason.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Still.
Oh yeah. It's the ground is going to be saturated, hopefully. And then we got up this morning and there was snow. It is. We're heading into tornado season. God forbid that there's any tornadoes, but and I know there's a number of things that the emergency management people do. I'm sure the fire department's involved. What's the police department's role if we should have tornado damage again? God forbid. What is the police department?
Typically, when we have bad weather like that, and there might be reports or thoughts, if people start reporting clouds in certain areas, then we usually we'll have an officer who go into that area of the town and kind of keep an eye out and report anything that's seen. Like you said, God forbid one does go through. I know we've had a couple in the past, and some of them were pretty devastating, but we will head to that area and maintain that area and play whatever role we need to play at that time, life saving or whatever it might be. So, but that's just keeping an eye out, trying to make sure everybody's informed and try to get the early warnings out before it actually does happen. Like I said, hopefully it doesn't. So.
The tornado wiped out old KBFD TV or KQ TV, I guess, but it was, inside the building was KBFD.
70s or whatever.
Late 70s, I believe. And
lived up north of Cooper School and kind of bounced from there, and I think it hit over there, and there was a lot of devastation over there too.
On the west side of town.
East side up there too.
Was it east side is where it got you?
We got a bit up there too. I think it hit out on the west side, and then it kind of bounced and dropped down again over on the northeast side of town. I think that's the one we're thinking. So,
They're pretty scary suckers.
yeah, they come out of nowhere.
I was up in Algona in '79 when that one came through there. That was, I was just visiting that night. And, wow, man,
Manson got leveled too.
that was the same night. Manson was leveled, and Algona, the east side of Algona was wiped out, and there was a lady killed in Algona, and one lady killed in Manson, I believe. And they didn't have basements. They were older ladies living by themselves, and they did the right thing. They went like into their bathroom or to an interior room, but it wasn't enough. It was just a monster tornado.
We've been lucky, knock on wood, because we've had a lot of them head around here in the last 2 years, and we've just kind of been able to scoop by.
Well, I just on the news over the weekend, there was a short piece on that Marshalltown tornado and what it did to that town, and really, just tore it up. I haven't been down there to see it in person, but
I've seen a few videos that they were posting on YouTube and stuff. That was these things are pretty devastating.
so I'm sure that the police department, emergency management, and the fire department, and the Webster County Sheriff's Office, we depend on the Webster County Sheriff's Office here at the radio station. When there's a problem, when there's a weather problem, we come out here and try to carry it live and take calls from people. We're in direct contact, usually with somebody from the Webster County Sheriff's Department and the emergency management people. In that's something that's something that's very important. That's the one thing. That's the one time a radio station in a town the size of Fort Dodge can be very important.
Absolutely. It's the word on it.
Yeah. You guys stay in town. You guys, the police, you stay pretty much in town.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I said, we'll run out to the edge of town, see what we can see where we're at, and then we talk to the deputies and the troopers that are out in the area, and they'll relay information back through us or to the town communications center. And everybody's, it's kind of all hands on deck, and any law enforcement that's in the area is going to report what they see. And I know sometimes they hit the sirens a couple of times, and people get upset because it wasn't a tornado, but my mind is, let's err on the side of caution, make sure everybody's safe.
Well, I was thinking this too because we had the tornado alert siren last week. I was over getting my taxes done over here, and the siren went off.
Yeah.
But Kathy was doing my tax. Oh, that's just they're practicing.
Yeah.
So what is that? Do you know the sequence now? They have if there's a tornado sighted or something in the area, the siren goes off, but they don't do an all clear.
Right.
Is that it?
Yeah. They and then the sirens are, they're gearing the sirens to go off in the area. Like you have one that's clear down by Gowery, sending them off clear in the northeast corner of the county, so they get first notice and they take cover. So it's down in that area. So, that's part of the drilling that they were doing the other day when the sirens going on.
Yeah, sure.
So,
I wish they signed. I don't know what's best. I guess I almost said that I wish they'd let go of it all clear, but I know they used to do that. And when they did, I was scared that another tornado was coming. Right? I didn't recognize it as an all clear.
You're probably like most other Iowans that walk outside and look at instead of running down in your basement. But was.
My dad used to do that. He'd walk right down the middle of the street like he was going to personally kick the tornado's butt.
That's me. I'm stupid. I just, do as I say, not as I do type person.
Yeah.
My wife and kids are down there texting me and calling me. Where the heck are you?
Yeah. After that Algona tornado, after I went through that one, I'll tell you, just within a block of the house I was in wasn't damaged, but a block away, it was total devastation. I couldn't believe it when we got out there. And we drove down this county road and looked off to the south, and there it was, big, huge tornado just ripping through a cornfield. It was just amazing.
They could switch directions so fast.
So fast.
You could be out of harm's way, and all of a sudden you're in harm's way. You just never know. It's so unpredictable.
Well, it was, in a circular pattern all over the place. It was bouncing around, and
That's scary.
yeah, it was pretty scary business. It really was. But yeah, thank God we don't have any of that this year. But we have to be, we have to be aware of it. Absolutely, have to be aware of it. Absolutely. I know we get a lot of calls here when there's bad weather like what's going on. Everybody's got their TVs on. I mean, one time, one part of town, the electricity went out. This was a few years ago, and nobody could watch TV or listen to the radio, either one. So they were really freaked. They were calling here, and I suppose they call the police department, the sheriff's office, everywhere. And I don't blame them.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah.
Especially when you're cut off from the world. You can hear any other information.
Any more, buddy? I just go to the basement. I don't try to be macho Mike. I just go down the doggone basement. Take a magazine if I have to.
There you go. There you go.
This is AM 1400 KVFD, the voice of Fort Dodge. Our guest is Police Chief Roger Porter. If you have any question or comment for the chief, it's 515-955-1400. Anything special happen over at the police department this week?
No, not this week. We're kind of gearing up. We had just this morning had a meeting with our kind of vision group trying to plan for the summer activities that we got going on with National Night Out and things like that. Kind of try to get a little.
Oh yeah, when's that coming up
Well,
next?
National Night Out's not till August, but we're trying to plan a couple other events. Last year they had to Fight Like a Girl, which was a big success.
That's right.
And so we're going to do that again this year, and plan a couple neighborhood picnics, try to bounce around town, hit some different parks and stuff, try to get all the neighborhoods. Can't get them all in one year, so we try to bounce around to different ones every year, and do some things like that. Just kind of give back to the community and get out there and meet the community and have some fun.
Sure. I understand you have a feline force now.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
Boy, did that thing take off.
I guess it did.
I realized that. I come in to work a little bit before 7 this morning, and Paul was there, and he come up to me and said, "You seen this?" I heard it hit KCCI last night.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize that either.
I liked it. Is that on the Fort Dodge police page?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where Jeremy originally posted it on the Fort Dodge TV page.
Who did that, Jeremy?
Jeremy, yeah. That thing just shot off like a rocket.
Oh yeah, you guys got to go see this. Go to the Fort Dodge Police Department Facebook page, and you'll see what we're talking about. It's
I seen it last night. I figured you get 50, 100 likes, and then it'd go by the
Oh,
wayside.
no,
That thing really took off.
no. There's been a number of shares, I'm sure here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, but here I'm gonna try to call it up, and I'll try to share it to my Facebook page if I can. Here we go. Oh, here he is down here. There he is. Is that Samuelson?
That's the only.
That's a pretty tough look he's got in his face there.
Yeah.
Oh, great. He's got Ben. Somebody put up
Yeah. That's what
Ben Stiller in that silly show that, what was that? I can't remember either. Yeah, sure. All right. So, just business, you got enough police officers there now?
We're at full strength, and
Okay.
getting everybody. We got a couple that are still on light duty, but they're hopefully coming off here shortly and get full staff and get everybody working. But, yeah,
Who's this young guy here standing in, yeah,
20 years ago.
20 years ago, yeah. What, you weren't, where was this at?
We were, I think, was it an amusement park or something? I want to say Adventure Lane or somewhere, but they had one of those old police cars there, and my wife took a picture of me standing next to it.
We probably shouldn't be talking about Facebook stuff on the radio, but yeah, there's some good stuff here. It's proof that cops have a sense of humor.
That's right.
So you're full strength, and I don't think we're gonna change the way the speed camera cars are in the state of Iowa. I think I lost that battle. that's probably all right with you.
Following it, I know there was some legislation about it.
Oh, Brad's on down there in Des Moines that won't give it up. I don't know. I think it went through the Supreme Court challenge. Supreme Court gave the okay on that. So we're going to have, I think what Zahn was trying to do the last time was change the way the money was distributed, keep more of it in town or something rather than send it off the speed camera car company. But I don't even know if he's going to get that done or not. Anyway, Roger Porter's our guest, AM 1400 KBFD, the voice of Fort Dodge. Is there anything else, Roger?
I think that's about it.
Okay. All right, be safe, ladies and gentlemen. We talked a little tornado business today. Again, we don't expect anything. We don't want anything, but you never know. So thank you, Roger, for coming.
Thanks, Mike.
This is AM 1400 KBFD. What do you say, Big Steve?
How you doing?
Hello, I'm Megan Gretner. I did
Always
continue to
calmer
think
up
about
here.
Brownfield.
I'm calm all the time.
It's pretty docile.
I'm mellow Mike.
All right, we'll see you guys.
See you guys. See you later, Roger. You say, Steve?
How much? What's the duct tape for?
I don't know.
Steve King get out of control here?
No. Boy, I'll tell you, he came from Mineral City directly to here.
After he got doused?
Yeah, he was still pissed. He was just snarling.
There's this your sensor device.
No, I don't know who was using that. No.
It's a prop.
Yeah. For the most part, I think.
I left my notes at home.
Oh, no.
I have to wing it.
Oh, you can normally. You can
I left
normally.
my notes and my shopping list.
That's no good. Well, that's the shopping list that really gets you in trouble.
No.
Well, you can text your wife and ask her.
I'm not married.
Huh?
I'm not married.
How many work?
No.
You live by yourself out there?
Yep.
Well, that's a big old house you're gonna be living there.
Yep. So no one to disappoint me and my cat.
You know, there's something to be said for that. I've been living by myself for 20 years. I think I got used to it. Where are we here? Reading in the St. Louis Post Dispatch in the Cedar Rapids Gazette Bowl. And there's no government assistance from farmers who stored grain on their farm and lost the grain due to the flood.
That is okay. So like my grain bins, now they are covered. The structure,
Right,
is covered under my like a piece of equipment,
right.
and under my insurance policy. Now there is a certain amount of coverage that comes along, and these are there's a lot of weird quirks. This is why you got to have discussions with your insurance agent. You can buy hail insurance, and hail insurance is it's called hail insurance.
Yeah.
But it will cover your grain from fire and flood and lightning and stuff like that for the amount of the insurance that you've taken out. And some people don't take any, some take a lot, whatever. It's for the grain to the first spot it's delivered. So like if you took it to a grain bin it would be covered under your hail insurance for whatever value of hail insurance you did, but that only is good through June 1 of that year. It's called peak season. Now, in my case, I store 100% of my crop on farm. So I have basically a rider policy that covers my grain for a fire, lightning, natural disaster, above and beyond the structure of the bin. That is my doing, and I have it basically all year long because I store grain for great amounts of time now since I store 100%. And I don't want to nitpick, I got this many bushels this month and this. I just cover it all.
There you go.
All year long. It's not very expensive, and then I'm covered. So if farmers out there had that coverage, they would be fine. And it's not to say they all did or all didn't. So it's kind of a, it's a case by case situation, but that's a tough one. I probably am overinsured, but that's why, farmers, every case is different.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a farmer that delivers all your corn to the co-op, well, there's no reason for you to have it.
Right.
Really isn't.
No.
So it's hard to judge. I personally, that's like money in the bank to me. That's not FDIC insured. So I've made sure I take the coverage above that.
Well, some of these guys are in low spots.
Exactly.
They gotta have insurance.
So
They don't, it's really.
well, there's some argument to that. It's I know Mr. King's gotten in some hot water comparing Iowans to the people in Louisiana, and their
Oh,
efforts.
shit.
But
Jeez.
but in some sense, everyone I know has their house insured.
Mm-hmm.
If a disaster comes through and wipes it out, it seems like there's insurance for a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
Evidently down there, nobody insures their homes. So, but in these,
I know what he was trying to say.
I know what he's trying to say, but it did come out wrong. And
Well,
open mouth insert foot.
he did it again. Yeah. He's speaking to the folks up here, and to be honest with you, I agree with him and I understand what he was saying. But shut up, for Christ's sake. There's some things you just don't need to say. Because he got his Republican congressman down there, all pissed off.
Sure,
No need for that. For God's sake, man.
but
I've supported
Yeah,
him loudly, but he's getting tough to support.
that's and I guess that goes to even non-farmers. That's why you need to have reviews and discussions with your insurance agents to make sure you're current. And for disasters or things like that. A lot of times this coverage isn't very much, but you have to have that conversation. So and sometimes people learn from mistakes or things like that.
Sometimes they do.
Sometimes.
Not always.
But, no, we can talk about that. But there's some avenues for that. So to say every one of them is not covered, I think would be false. Now, a lot of the big operations, or especially your commercial ones, they self-insure. Well, they've made that choice and that risk. So I don't know. Should it be picked up by the government? I don't know.
Oh, not everything needs to be picked up by the government.
I mean, there's got to be somewhat of a responsibility of but
This is AM 1400 KVFD. The voice for Dodge is 233. First of all, the weather 42 degrees right now. Sunny today with a high of 51. Going to be windy, of course. Overnight mostly clear with a low of 32. Tomorrow rain, high 51. On Thursday, more rain, cloudy with a high of 50. On Friday, cloudy with a high of 60. Look out for Saturday. It's going to be 70 degrees with a slight chance of showers. Sunday, 66, 67 degrees in there somewhere. Slight chance of showers. And on Monday, sunny with a high of 60. So, we're having the April showers, I guess. Hopefully we'll have some April showers. 42 degrees in Fort Dodge right now. This is AM 1400 KBFD. And the obituary is brought to you this hour by Gunderson Funeral Home and Cremation Services, 1615 North 15th Street, Fort Dodge. You may contact Gunderson Funeral Home and Cremation Services by calling 515-576-7128 or online at www.gundersonfuneralhome.com. Steve Eslick has died at the age of 67. Stephen Eslick, 67 years old, died at Mercy One Medical Center in Des Moines on March 30th. Stephen Michael Eslick was originally from Fort Dodge, Iowa. Obituaries this hour brought to you by Gunderson Funeral Home and Cremation Services at 1650 North 15th Street, Fort Dodge. You may contact Gunderson Funeral Home and Cremation Services by calling 515-576-7128 or online at www.gundersonfuneralhome.com. It's 2:34, 42 degrees at AM 1400 KBFD, the voice of Fort Dodge.
Randy Will put his resignation in today.
Is that too cold for you? Got a breeze coming in the window back here.